Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to do one thing before we get started. This is going to be a pick a card reading. So I'm going to do an intro and I'm going to hit my rock and my stick to clear the air. You guys are like, what is she doing with a rock and a stick? It's, you guys, it's something interesting that I picked up. I pick up a lot of things when I'm learning. I learn a lot of things when I follow my intuition as well. So, in this pick card, we are looking at what does that song have to tell you or need to tell you? What do you need to know from it? So, if you've had this song in your head, this is a message for you. Even if you've had a word of that song in your head, like or that if I say the song and you're like, oh my god, I was hearing, why was I hearing that song, or it will come up. And this is it's interesting because this message will not be for everyone. These are general messages. They will come across people who probably pull up that song, listen to that song because it has come up for them for a reason. um, so we're going to get started. Remember that these are general and intuitive messages. So follow your own intuition, follow your own free will of what I tell you. It could be, some of it can be for you and some of it cannot be, especially with pile one, because pile one, um, uh, I I will get to you guys in a minute. I When I channeled your song, when the songs came up, because I channeled all the songs yesterday and I wrote them down, and then I wrote channel messages for each one as they came up. And then today, when I got my little book out right here and all my stuff. Um, all of a sudden, I heard the song, the Paul One song in my head, and I was like, "Oh, it's back!" But then I played it, and then and I was like, "Oh, Paul One is going to be broken up in two different groups as well." So you might resonate with either one of those. Um, I'm going to get started on pile one. Okay, so all right, pile one. Your song, actually, it is 10:44 on the clock right now. I looked at that and I was like, oh, that needs to be said. It's 10:44 and today is 10:14. Something about fours, so maybe about your foundation. But your song is "I Will Survive." It's I know you probably heard it before. It came out, I think, in like in the 80s. I probably should have pulled it up so I could pull up the words, and I probably will. But your song was "I Will Survive," and but you, on top of, after I heard "I Will Survive," I got the message of "You're a survivor," and then all of a sudden I heard Destiny's Child, "I'm a Survivor." So those two songs are coming up. "I Will Survive" and "I'm a Survivor." So this is about surviving, and with especially with the first one, "I Will Survive," I got a big vibe that this is for, and one part of the group will, it's for that LGBTQ plus. I'm not that great with it. I will tell you the truth. I'm not. I am a cis female, so and I'm not a young chicken. I am an old, I'm not a, I should say a hen. I don't know. I'm an old hen. I'm not a young chicken. There we go. So I I'm I res, I try to give the respect and the language as correctly as possible, but I mess up. I'm freaking human. Okay. My other thing is the other. So that's one part of the group. The other group will be for Black women. Um, Strongly, I got that strongly, and it's overwhelming when I feel that the Black women of Survivor. It's like both of these groups have gone through a lot of crap in life and have to put up a lot of stuff, had to survive a lot of stuff. I feel a lot of abuse, mentally, physically, emotionally, um, and knowing, coming to the point where you should see your worth and see your value. That's your message. Your message is about seeing your worth, seeing your value, seeing that you are someone who is needed. You're here for a reason. The reason why you're here is because you're needed. And no one can take that away from you. Don't ever let anyone take your joy. Don't ever want to take your happiness. Don't let anyone ever take your worth away from you, because who you are. Okay? All right. Oh. I will survive. I'll turn my thing all the way down so I can pull up the lyrics here. Well, like, so this came out. When did this song came out? I'm gonna do. I want to get the information about when this credits. 1978, you guys. This song came out in 1978. Nice. Okay. So that would be late 70s, early 80s, during that disco time, during that where people of the LGBTQ community was coming out more. Okay, so we do have that, and we also have a black woman singing that song. So also showing that dynamic of it too. And I don't know. I think these two groups of people could so empower the world. I think you guys could come together and bring a lot of change to the world that needs to be brought. Okay, but we're gonna get into your message, what you need to know about that song, why that song is showing up for you. So first, we're gonna start with Spiritual AF. I don't know why I was drawn for that for you guys. We're gonna get a couple messages that you guys need. It says, rise above your fuckheadness. It says, we're all fuckheads in our own way. The trick to winning at life is developing the ability to identify our own flavor and our own fuckheadness, and then rise above it. What one little thing can you do different-ish or better-ish today? So what can you do better or different that shows, okay, that maybe you're not so much in your ego, or you're not so much selfish, or that to shine a light on who you are, on your gifts, on your being, on your strength. You know, how can you shine with that? How can you show that? Let's get one more. Rise above it. So you're rising up. And I think sometimes, you know, oh my gosh, I just thought of the old Dave Chappelle, and they had I don't know if I can say, I'm gonna say ninja moments. There we go. When you have, it's called a ninja moment. And I just thought of where you're not stepping into those ninja moments, like where you want to go off on someone. Instead of going off on someone, taking the higher ground or taking the higher road. Kind of like Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Okay? Remembering that is one thing I take with me all the time. When they go low, I go high. Like I will say, someone said something to me this weekend, and I just that's what I did, and I kept doing what I was doing, because I was like, I'm gonna ignore that, and I'm gonna go high, because the thing they said was some F shit. I said bad words. Dang it, Tony. I cuss. Yes, I do, but I try not to. Yeah, it was some F shit. So, but I went high, and I was just like, no, you don't get my energy. You can, what you just said, it rolled off me, and it can come back to you, and you can have all that back. I don't want it. Okay? Knowing that your energy is basically staying in high vibration. Okay? All right, one more message for this pile. I will survive pile. All right, you can't heal a wound by saying it's not there. Mmm. Some injuries you really can just you can't some injuries you really can just walk off. But too many of us run around treating emotional compound fractures like a stubbed pinky toe. They aren't the same thing, love. If you ignore the big ouches, they fester and get big and give us permanent limps and shit. Do you have a big ouch that needs tending? Naming it is the first step in healing it. Maybe your wound needs some professional help. Don't do the thing don't do the Gaynor's you're just amputating it. Don't just amputate it like I cut that off. I'm just gonna cut it off. No, the wound needs to be looked at, like looking at your wounds. Um, I I almost fell out of my seat. I was at a neighbor's house and I go over there and I watch Family. I love we watch Family Feud every night, so I'm watching Family Feud, and something comes up. I don't know, and we start talking about it, and it was like, oh, you tend, men tend to marry their mothers, and women tend to marry their fathers, like characteristics of that. And I said, yeah, I could see that, and then because I always think of it as a perspective of a man. I never thought of it as me, myself, and I as a woman, and marrying my dad. And then I said, oh, because I don't know my dad. I don't know who he is. I've never met him. So uh, I had to look at marrying someone who is absent, that is not fully there. And I got hit in the head really big because, oh my gosh, and you have those kind of moments, and then you're like, okay, we recognize the wound. Now it's time to let's go over that. Okay. And that's what's going on. Okay. Um, let's, sure. Since we're talking about wounds, I have the inner child healing. So let's find these wounds. I'm pretty sure a few are gonna come up. Especially with this group, and I will survive. Like, what are you surviving? What, um, you might just be in survival mode too, and it's time to step out of survival mode. It's time to not be in survival. That's another message of not just being in survival mode. Feel your vulnerability and needs. Like, I'm gonna get another one too. I feel like with that, feeling your like how can you open up more and be vulnerable about your situation, about what you've been through, and what you need for that to heal and to look and to forgive and to release that. We have a full moon coming, so it's a great time for release. Even if you're going to a counselor, if you're journaling, if you're talking to someone, if you're doing something, if you have a life coach, if you whatever you have that's helping you to get through that. If you've been working on this for years and you're like, okay, I've recognized it, I've seen this. Now I need to forgive it and I need to release it. You could be at that stage, but recognizing how it's okay to still be open and be vulnerable. You do not have to become this hard ass because the world has beaten you down so much. And that's for everyone in this group. You do not have to become this. You can still be vulnerable. And attracting that energy, but now learning how to recognize the energies that are not for you, that don't have your back, that are not healthy for you. Um, and even taking the time out and saying, you know what, I'm not accepting any energies in my life right now because I don't trust myself or I don't trust people right now, and working on that. And then when you start getting to a place where you're starting to trust more, being able to open up and being able to read and look at people and see, and then asking your guides to show you and give you signs about this relationship or this person, so you will know where you stand with them and there won't be no hidden agendas. Or also communicate, being very clear with your boundaries with people. I know when I connected with this one girl, I had some connections that have been gone south a lot. And so when I connected with someone, I said, first thing I said, I'm gonna tell you a couple things. I said, one, I'm not in competition with you. I said, I don't want competition with you. I don't want competition with anyone. I compete with myself, and that's it. I don't want competition with you. I said that. And then I want the best for you and I want the best for myself. Um, I said, and sometimes I need my space. I go in hermit mode. So letting people know, this is me. This is my boundaries too. If you can't respect that, you can't do that. We don't need to talk. We don't need to hang out. We don't need to be. If you want to be low key hating or low key envious, low key whatever, walk away. I'm not into it. Walk away. And so learning how to deal with that, and letting God show you, letting your spirit guide show you, letting whoever your ancestors show you in dreams, and the cards, and and something they might say and it pops out at you. Let your intuition show you who that person really is, and so then you will know, okay, I see you, I don't see you. Okay. And then you'll know. Okay. And being able to be vulnerable and put yourself out there. Your next one is let go of the story. Let go of the story. That story, and see that she's older. I think that's her when she was younger. Like, let go of that story of that let go of that childhood story. Yes, I'm not saying you don't have to forget it, and you can't use it as something to show your strength, to tell your story, but you have to let it go. You don't live there anymore. That is not who you are. Um, when I say this often, I had in my teens and early 20s, I had a whole period, and that is not who I am now though. Yes, I had my time there. Yes, I did. And I will, and I tell people that, and I don't care. I did it. But that's not my story. That's not who I am right now. So, um, and knowing that and being able to put that out there, like, and when you can go forth and say, that was my story. Yeah, yeah, yes, I had, uh, yes, this happened to me. Yes, I experienced this. Yes, I was mentally abused. Yes, I was locked in a cage. You could, and I'm just getting, right now I'm giving you examples. I was not locked in a cage. I'm just saying, those are examples you can use. And I'm just giving you examples of what you might have gone through. You went through that, but that's not who you are. That's a story. And you can release that story anytime you want to. You work through it and you release it when you're ready. Okay? I'm not telling you to do it now. I'm telling you to do it on your own time. Don't let anyone ever tell you when to do something. You do it on your own time. You follow your own pace. Um, be curious. I love that we're ending with this one. Be curious. So being able to open up to that vulnerability and needs, letting go of those stories, those old stories, those things that you carried with you, and now stepping into, oh my gosh, I have this I'm curious about that person. I'm curious about that thing. I'm curious about this. I'm curious about being curious about wanting something different. I'm curious about environmental science. I am curious about reading about Buddhism. I am curious about mountain climbing. Be curious about the world. Be curious about what comes to you. Be curious about all the things, and being willing to open to do different and new things. All right, let's get the tarot. I have the Good Karma tarot for you guys. What would you like me to tell pile one of this about this song? Yeah, you guys survived those stories. You know, those your own stories. You survived those. If you didn't survive them, you wouldn't be here, right? And you are survivors, so staying curious. When you are a survivor, you're like, I survived that. I made it through that. I don't know why I just heard. Also surviving cancer. That came to play as well. Okay. Ooh, you guys, I'm a survivor, so I like the first thing that. Oh, you. These are not my words. This is the words of someone else, and I've heard them. I never say, "Oh." I had to pull it because I hear this. It's like I don't know who it is, but I don't know. It's like Ace of Coins. I would say Ace of Coins, like I would say New Beginning and stuff, but this is like, nah, you getting that bag. You about to get that bag. You about to start something in this bag. You know what I'm? Oh my gosh. I just thought of, I don't know why, but this made me think of, I don't know what it's called, but when they sell the Jewish celebrate Hanukkah, and the little candle, they light little candles throughout each day, or I think it's day or night, I can't remember. But that's what that reminded me of. I don't know why. I'm throwing that out there, but you about to get in your bag. That is what I'm supposed to say. You're about to get into your bag. You have survived the hardships. You are about to get your bag. I'm just gonna say it. Like no longer having to hold back your money, but it's open. Your purse is open. It's about to flow. You also have this King of Cups. So I I don't know. I feel like this is an offer coming in from somebody who is in the King of Cups energy. So it could be a water sign. If I went by this King of Cups is a Scorpio. That someone's coming in and they want to offer offer you, like, what do they want to offer them? Let's see. I really feel like it's an offer from this King of Cups. What does he want? What's he coming in here? Time is of the essence. We have a Nine of Wands. That's, nine of Wands is that wounded the wounded warrior. Like, you've been fighting. Like, I think this King of Cups wants to come in and help you um bring down this guard, like, especially when it comes to your emotions. So this, yeah, they want to help you come. So this person, they can be a water sign, or they could be a Scorpio, or they could just be someone who is really mature when it comes to emotions and feelings, and they are going to help you out in that realm of, because if you can kind of see, you can see the sun is rising over this, and it's like you've been in this wounded healer, this place, and you're just like, I'm so done. I'm worn out. I need a break. And you can kind of see that sunrise rising over, saying that this king wants to come in and offer some kind of help. And this could be, again, a therapist. This could be a life coach. This could be a partner. This could be a friend. This could be multiple things. So take it where it resonates for you, that you have someone coming in. And remember, King of Cups doesn't mean it has to be a man. It could be a woman. The court cards are energies, okay? And that's just at the top of the cups. That king he's at the top, and so they have their stuff together when it comes to riding out these waves of emotions and these feelings, and being able to deal with them, and helping you even, calm the waters within yourself, and do your journey as well as you're going through this journey. Because I really feel like you need to, instead of blocking yourself off, you need to finish this journey, because as you can kind of see, the roads there. So you need to get to that journey where you can release those, again, big release with you guys. Release that 10 of Wands. Let's get one more. Anything else for this survivor group? Yeah, Knight of Wands. Um, and I feel like this. I feel like this is you, like being a little more playful and a lot more spontaneous. Okay, because this is the card. This is Sagittarius. So being more open-minded and putting yourself out there and going on that journey and taking that journey and being open to your journey, um, and going for it. Okay, that's what I feel like. It's time, and I feel like you're open and you're ready for this movement and for this to start happening for you. Okay. Before you leave, let's get you something very healing. The four agreements. One of the four agreements that you can. If you don't know what the four agreements is, go look them up. I love the four agreements. It is always do your best. With your word. Don't take anything personally. What's my last one? Let me look at my thing. Don't make assumptions. Ask questions. It is from the totalic principles, and I love to live by those. So this is really, and I feel like the totalic is, these four agreements is really great medicine for your mind, body, and soul. Okay. You guys got two. So don't take anything personally. Your embrace freedom. Your embrace freedom. Don't take anything personally. And it says, oh, embrace your freedom. I was like, I couldn't get those words. I was reading from top to bottom instead of crossed. It says, you gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally. No spell can affect you regardless of how strong it may be. And if you live without fear, if you love, if you will be happy with your life. So embrace your freedom. Especially that Knight of Wands, taking those first steps. Yeah, don't take anything personally, and don't make assumptions. It says learn to ask questions. It is always better to ask questions than make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you are clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to a question, you won't have to make assumptions because you will know the truth. So so a situation, and I talked about like opening up and you got that being vulnerable. So doing that, you have to ask questions so that you can, will this work out? If this, and ask the questions. Ask your trigger point questions, the things that can trigger you, and ask about those questions, and ask how that person or situation will affect you. And then you can say, oh, this ain't gonna work out, or yeah, okay, I can deal with this person, or I can deal with this situation, I can deal with this. It's not gonna push me over the edge, and I can trust it. And when I don't trust it, I'm not gonna make assumptions. I'm gonna come back and ask some more dang questions, right? So, and don't take anything personally. Maybe someone has a different opinion in you as you, or doesn't believe that, and you say, okay, whatever. Remember, you go high. You can let them go low and be like, oh, okay, whatever. And so don't take it personally. Don't take anything personally. That is your big thing. Okay. All right, pile one. I hope that gave you some clarity to that song and to help you see some things. All right. Have a wonderful day. Bye. It's crazy. Okay, guys, I am back. Pile two. Your song is Weezer's Buddy Holly. Okay, so I know Buddy Holly. I listened to it. I was a teenager in the 90s. Gosh. And you know what? I love Buddy Holly, and I did not know. I went and looked it up, actually, because I was just like, what is this? I didn't know. Maybe because I was a teenager and I didn't pay attention to the meanings behind songs back then, because I was young and, I'm going to say young and dumb. But now I really look into songs and know they have meaning. So the channel message, when I got the song Buddy Holly and it started playing in my head, I thought I was just like, oh oh man, that's, when I was younger. So it made me think of remembering times when you're younger, or remember times that were fun and were better for you in that time. And bringing back this, oh, what is it called? You're reminiscing and you're thinking about that. It was more laughter. And maybe that's what you're craving in your life, those laughters and those friendships. And I remember those, and maybe even the innocence of that time as well. And so that's what I originally came up when I started writing down. I started thinking of it. But then I was like, you need to look up the lyrics, you need to look up some stuff. And so I looked, and seeing that Weezer made that, the guy made the song originally because people was making fun of his girlfriend, um, because she, this is a white band. This is in the 90s, and he's dating an Asian girl. And so he talks about her slanted eyes and, her mixed up tongue, which, she speaks differently or she looks differently. So this could definitely be like, and then when I got my cards, when I was listening to the song, I was pulling out the cards, and I was just like, oh, this is more of someone defending, someone that they love that might not be from the same race, or there's something different about them that stands out, and people make fun of that, and they say, oh, they're that, and oh, they're this, and that person saying, I don't care, that's the person I want to love. Like, um understanding that people are open, should be able to love who they want to love. And it can be your friends making fun of it, your family not accepting. A lot of times families don't accept, sometimes, dating out of your race, dating something, not accepting that. Sometimes you get it from your family, sometimes you get it from your friends, you get it in multiple things. And I understand. There's someone's alarm going off. Hold on. Okay, the car alarm stopped. So, okay, so I pulled this wisdom card. Like, this song is coming out with wisdom, and the part that I'm like reading right here, it says, stop imagining that you are the only one who doesn't have all the answers and wondering if people will approve of your choices and actions. Let your own wisdom guide you to the best option for you right now. Then step up and take the necessary action. So you are being asked to, look at your inner wisdom, make the choices that work best for you, not someone else. And you know the answer, not going to everyone else for, like, you're coming to me right now and I'm telling you, you got the stuff you have what you need inside of you. That is, this Buddy Holly is basically saying, yes, that person might be different, that situation might be different, but do you want that? Then defend it. Stand up for that situation. Stand up for what you want. And that's what you're going. And I think this is this is not an answer for you. This is more of a confirmation that you already know what you're supposed to do. That you're supposed to stand up for what you want and what you believe in. Okay. So first we're gonna get a couple oracle cards. Then we're gonna do tarot. Okay. So yeah. So there's some healing that's taking place. This connection that you might have is very healing. And maybe people don't understand that. The reason why, maybe the person's not that attractive. That person's not, you're like this, say you're like this really, really hot person. And the other person's not that really, really hot person. And they're like, they're just average. Why would you want to date them? You could get so much better. Well, maybe that person's a lot more healing. And you feel that and you know that. It made me think of, I watched I think it's Ali Wong's new comedy special, and she's like, got, older guys are now should want a, a kind six, someone who is, they're not a 10, a dumb 10, or an inconsiderate 10, or a selfish 10. They want a kind six, a caring six. Okay, we have differences. You and this person are different. And the song says it, and you know it. It's you guys are different, but you respect each other. Look at that. It's all about having respect for each other. You might be different, but it's, do you show that situation respect, or that person, and does that person or situation show you respect? Is there a balance between the two, or is it not? You might be different. You might speak different languages. You might come from different cultures. You might, have different social economic backgrounds. You might have, oh my gosh, different religious background. There's so many different things. But are you going to let that stop you up? One of the things in spirituality that we come to learn is when you're connecting with your universal chakra, when you're connecting to that higher chakra, it is learning about oneness, that we are all are one. And maybe you do believe in past lives, and maybe you don't. Depends on your religious background again. Well, I do. And the thing is not that in another lifetime, I wasn't always a black woman. I could have been multiple things. I'm not going to go into those, but I'm just saying we are not always what we're walking in right now. We have a lot of history to us and a lot of things in our DNA that are different. And maybe what's showing on the outside is not always what our DNA says about us either. That's, if you ever take it, one of my things, my DNA test, when I did my thing, told me that I had this high percentage where I'm supposed to have red hair. Well, you guys do know I have this, so the reds that you guys see, that comes out because of my gray. Those are actually, yes, but in my DNA, it's saying that I'm supposed to, like, I'm highly likely to be redheaded. Why? I don't know. It's in my genetic marker. Okay? So, just because the outside's different doesn't mean the inside's different. And at the end of the day, we're all one. We all fall to the ground. We all go back to the dirt. We all go back into our energy all goes back, and energy, that's actually what you're supposed to be looking at. You're supposed to be looking at that person's energy, how they heal your heart space. Not the differences, how they show you respect and love and kindness, and how they complete you emotionally, mentally, physically. There's nothing wrong with being physical attraction. That's actually a natural thing to be to be attracted to someone physically, right? And then so once that pops off, okay, emotionally, how does this person? So we have connected physically. I can see that, oh, I like you, you like me. So emotionally, how is that working out? Like, that emotional maturity, where's the bar sitting at between the two of you? And then mentally, can they mentally match my mental? Or are they just a dumb bucket of rocks? Or are they dull? Are they, expansive? What are they mentally? Like that type of thing. I'm going to tell you right now, it does have an effect. So you need to be looking at all of those things, not just the physical. And the people who are telling you, oh, that person has, curly hair, or that person has blue eyes, or that person is too short, or that person's too fat, or that person's too skinny, or that person's not rich enough, or that person doesn't come from the nice part of town, or that person comes from a one-parent household, or that person has it's silly. Do not let that silliness fool you, okay? My nose is itching as I'm saying this to you. Do not let that silliness fool you. Okay, see what the tarot has to say. Stop the freak up and make a move. I actually need to read this first for you. I got my smoke coming over. We have the Emperor. So it is time for good. You know, another song for you guys need to listen to. Oh my gosh, I don't think it's on that one. Is it? No, it's not. It's that person. So there is an Emperor, and the Emperor is so. If you look at, it's a chessboard too, and it made me, and universe made me go straight to that song I looked up the other day. I had to turn it down. Hold on. Search. It's called. No, it must be on my phone. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Paul. Too. There's another song for you guys. That tends to happen to me. It's the king. It's the kings. It's the Ava Max Kings and Queens. Thinking of that Emperor, and she says that she talks about on a chessboard. You know, with a king. The king can only make like these stupid one move things when you're playing chess with the king, right? And this is that Emperor. Like he can only make one move at a time. Like, oh my gosh, the Emperor really does like, he's strong and he makes all these moves. But the Empress, the queen, she can do multiple things. And that's the thing. This Emperor is like looking over here at this queen, and he's like, oh my gosh, she's doing all kinds of stuff. I like that. But she might not be the kind of queen that, she might not be a queen from his chessboard, because you can get different chessboards and you can get multiple different chessboards and they look different. Like this is like the original chessboard, like that's pieces, but you can get chessboards where the pieces look different, and that queen does not match his chessboard. Okay, and that's the problem. But it is time for him. But he has made a decision. That this song is saying. So, if you are the Emperor, you're in this Weezer song is for you. It's saying this is your confirmation to yes, go move in the direction you want to move in. It is telling you to do that. Now, if you are the Empress in this case, then it's saying that your king is coming towards you, but he's in reservation because you guys are different in multiple ways. So you're going to have to be a little more. Actually, you know what? Give me a message for the Emperor. It could be either, because you could be in either one of these energies. So give me a message for the Emperor. I think I got the message for yes. The Emperor. It's saying the Emperor just show up in your kindness. You know, move in that direction and show you want to see. The Emperor can be in this energy too, because I asked for the Emperor to show up, how he should show up to this Empress, and he needs to show up like he has, like he's emotionally open, that he is, that he's willing to be vulnerable, and then let's see for the Empress, like how is she supposed to, this Emperor having, oh yeah, okay, another one to go with that. And so another message for the Empress, if this Emperor shows up, you have to be showing him this type of energy, because he's already standoffish. He might come in and he's like, I'm emotionally open and I want to, be there for you. But you know what? Oh my God, you got two major arcana, Empress. So if you're the Empress in this situation, you have first death. So you let them know, I'm going through changes. I'm going through a transformation. I'm I might be a little different, and can you accept my differences as I change? Letting them know I'm constantly going through transformations. I'm constantly changing. I that that is so true. Like, if you look back at my channel, you will see me with, and I don't wear fake hair or wigs or anything like that. It's my hair, my own hair, but I will, and it's all natural, and I always keep it natural. I don't relax it or anything like that. And so sometimes I wash it and it's really kinky curly, and sometimes I flat iron it and so it's straight, and sometimes I just twist it out. And so it's multiple things I do with it, and it is that forever changing energy, like letting this emperor know that I'm always transforming, I'm always growing, I'm always going through a transformation, and letting them know, and letting them know that you like to move, you move quick, and that energy, a lot of water energy, because you got, oh, I would need to sneeze. You have Scorpio energy with the staff, and then you have, with this chariot, you have Cancer energy. So a lot of, oh, so letting them know that, your emotions change as well. So that, you are forever changing, and your emotions might change. You might be in an emotional high one day, and you might be on a low one day. If you look at these cards, you can see she's like in this dark feminine energy, where if this, I think this is more vibrant sun masculine energies, like knowing that I go back and forth, letting that emperor know I go back and forth with energy, and I'm willing to work with you on that. Okay, one last message for you guys with the tarot. It gave me like 4, and I don't want all 4. Oh my gosh, it keeps giving me a lot of cards. Okay, it gave me 2. So we have the star. So the star is all about healing and hope, and we have that. Remember this. Healing. I think you two will be very healing to each other, and showing each other different things, like, oh, look, this, and you got both two people pointing at different things out, and showing each other, have you thought about this, doing this? Have you thought about doing this to help you heal? Have you thought about this? And really helping each other out and keeping each other balanced, and building a 4 of Wands, and building this strong foundation, because of it. Okay, that's what I'm getting. You're going to be able to celebrate and build. And if you're both open and willing, and you go through that healing, and you have that hope of that star, you can come in with this 4 of Wands, where this can be marriage too, and a foundation for yourself, and really enjoying each other. So I want to say to the feminine energy to just sit back and let that masculine energy come in. I'm really getting that vibe. Let them come in, and let them lead. If they want to, let them do it. Okay, so I'm gonna close with one of the 4 agreements. Don't take anything personally. Oh my gosh, always do your best. Be impeccable with your word, and don't make assumptions. Ask questions. Okay, you got. Don't take anything personally. Everyone lives in their own dream. So everyone's creating in their own head. They're like creating their own thing. And you have all people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one you live in. So what's going on in your head could be so completely different to someone else. So don't take it personally if things pop up. Don't take it personally. Be like, okay, maybe I need to not look into this as much, or maybe even say, I'm not going to take that personally. I'm going to keep on moving, or even asking, hey, was that something for me? Even saying, hey, is that something for me? And they're like, no, I'm just thinking this, and that'll come up. Okay. So, like I said at the very beginning of this video, you guys are here for confirmation. You already know the direction you want to go in. You already know what you want to do. Okay. So this was just a confirmation of standing up for, and from that Weezer song, standing up for what you want, defending what you want. Okay. All right. That's your guys' message. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye. All right, pile three. Your songs are confusing. I'm just going to say that. It is 11. Oh my God, 11:44 on the clock, actually, as I'm starting this. And okay, I'm back. I am, I, pile three. Thank you so much for being here. I listened to, I had to listen to both of your songs. Yes, you had two songs. So first you had Harlem Blues from the movie Mo Better Blues. Um, it is a song about connection. You can have some kind of connection to New York, to Harlem, to you could be big on soundtrack movies, because as I was channeling this song yesterday, and the song came up, I thought all of a sudden thought about Forrest Gump and all of the songs from Forrest Gump, and so I really think big. Yours, you get a lot of songs that are in, oh my God, I'm just thinking now, I'm thinking of Practical Magic. You get a lot of songs that are in soundtracks, that are in movies, so you really might connect really big with movies, actually. um and so if the two songs that came up for this, even though I think there's an in between, and the in between are a multiple list of songs that come up. If I could channel a lot of songs for you, they would just pop, 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 pop for you, I would say. But you started off. I think you're starting off in a place where you're starting off with that Mo Better Blues, where she's singing about a partner, about some kind of connection that you had, that you loved, that you idolized, because it says I idolize that partner, idolized that partner, and then that partner got up and left, and and it did not work out, and things are at you don't know where they stand. I listened to the song, I bawled, and I had to stop. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go for a minute. And so I had to go for a minute and come back. And then I listened. So taking that, and then taking, okay, that partner has left, that situation has left. And in between all of this, you have multiple songs. Some of them come from Forrest Gump. Um, uh, you can't keep run. You know when he's running, yeah, it keeps you running. That song, that one's a big one. Or you're nothing but a hound dog, the Elvis one in there, and maybe you go through those stages in between those. And I thought of Practical Magic, and there's a lot of songs. One is Stevie Nicks. Do you always trust your first initial feelings? Um, or even, all the songs that are in there. And there's another Elvis song in there. A big one that always comes up is Black Eyed Dog. So all of those songs in between, you have these songs in between, but your two that are standing out is this Mo Better Blues song that is sitting here in this connection, and it has made you go through all of these things, all of these songs throughout your life, and now you're sitting at the end, and your end song is, and you're trying to take cover. That's the message I got. You're trying to take cover, and you're trying to take cover with Eye of the Tiger. And that made another soundtrack. And you know what it made me think of? Rocky. When I think of Rocky, I think of Eye of the Tiger. So fighting to survive, fighting to get where you want to go, even maybe fighting for, going back and fighting for love that you want. Or it could be, oh my God, it could be multiple things. But we're going to get the cards and give them to help us, because I don't know what you're fighting for, but you're fighting for something. And it's like your whole journey. It's like beginning with that Mo Better Blues of a connection that just made you go through a journey. Like something, like someone or something, a situation made you have a spiritual awakening. And then that's that Mo Better Blues. And that popped you open for a spiritual journey, for some kind of awakening. And then you have gone through all these soundtracks and all these songs, and you're getting cover with Eye of the Tiger, and you're going to get where you need to be. Boom. Let's start you off with some sacred medicine from the sacred medicine. All right. Okay, so Mo Better Blues. What was Mo Better Blues? It was some kind of medicine for you. It's gonna be. I'm keep saying two things. Sage stick cleansing. This is cleansing. I'm hearing cleansing out karma, cleansing out the past, cleansing out things. You're cleansing out the old. You're cleansing something that happened. That's also 13. So we also have that. If you think I'm thinking of tarot, I think of transformation energy, the death card. You are cleansing, clearing out the old. Okay, that's where that's where you're starting at. You are cleansing. Your medicine right now is to cleanse. You can cleanse with sage. You can cleanse with water. You can cleanse with salt. You can cleanse with frankincense. You can cleanse with going out into nature. There are multiple ways to cleanse, okay? Step outside the box and say, you know what, I'm going to figure out a best cleansing for me, and typing in Google right now saying, what's the best way to cleanse? There's an egg cleanse. I just thought of the egg cleanse all of a sudden that you can do. And whatever stands out to you, that's for you, okay? You have to follow your intuition. If you didn't watch the intro of, having your free will and knowing that this is a general message and following your intuition, that is what I want you to do. Take that step and say, okay, I need to cleanse. I need to cleanse out this old energy. I need to release this, okay? I need to let some of this, whatever it is, this old stagnant, whatever, it needs to go. And it could be multiple ways. There's multiple ways to cleanse. I cleanse a lot of ways. I just told you a few ways. There's much more. Much more. Okay? Now that song, it keeps you running. Yeah. And maybe love keeps you running, or wanting to be in a connection that is fulfilling keeps you running, or what are you running from as well. So let's look at the Inner Child Healing Oracle deck. I'm going to show it to you. It's this one. So you have Heal Your Rejection one. Okay, that fits perfect with the Mo Better Blues and the situation of the person not choosing you, not leaving you out in the cold, and you feel rejected. Even if you go onto YouTube and you watch just that portion of the video, where you probably need to get more of a background to if you watch the song, you can see there's a lady singing, and so Denzel Washington walks in and she's singing, and this song is for him, and he basically, she's dead, and so she had to go with someone else because she was rejected, and because she wanted a certain thing from herself, but at the same time she wanted him, but he rejected her because yes, this might be your situation too, where you're in a third party situation, because Denzel Washington's character was in a third party situation. He was also in gambling debt. He also had a whole bunch of stuff going on. So I would say his main girl was like, she was like his backbone, his stone. He stayed with her, but the other girl, he loved her passion, and they both brought different things to the table to him, right? But the other girl wanted more for herself, and so she chose herself, but at the same time she had this rejection wound at the same time. And she, you know, and so she probably still has love for you. So you probably still have love for this person, right? You have love for this person, but that person rejected you for something else. And maybe it wasn't another person. Maybe it was a family member. Maybe it was their job. Maybe it was whatever. I don't know. But there was some kind of rejection. And you have, not this rejection wound may have come from something in childhood where you maybe felt rejection when you were younger, where you were rejected, where you could have been felt rejected from your parents. You were rejected from your peers as well. There's multiple ways to feel rejected. If you And that wound comes up in multiple ways, where who you wanted to be was rejected. What you wanted was rejected, and so you have a rejection wound because something got rejected in your life, and it could have happened multiple times. And so that, and as you know, as it happens, that it causes a wound. And when we get these wounds and we don't look at them and we don't say, oh, even though that was rejected then and that person rejected me now, it wasn't it wasn't me. That was their choice. Or that was, yes, it was that's on them. And learning to let go of that and cleansing out that old energy so you can release that. That is, oh my God, that's one of the biggest things is it can be released in that way. So let's go to the tarot. For some reason, I wanted to pull out the Light Seers Tarot for you guys. It felt like you guys needed to heal something within yourself, that, especially since you're going on a spiritual journey. So first, cleansing, looking at this rejection wound, how you can heal it, and what message do you need to hear from either the Song of the Blues or even Eye of the Tiger or any song in between. For pile 3, give me a message for pile 3, please, and thank you. Okay. Yeah. Rejection for sure, you guys. We got this 5 of Pentacles. Being left out in the cold. Like, when you got Pentacles, it's not always feeling a lack of, it doesn't always have to be a lack of money. It could be a lack of people in your life. People, and because Pentacles is things here in the present, the 3D, like concrete things that are here. Like, so not you just having a lack of people around you, a lack of relationships, a lack of friendships, a lack of something, feeling like you've constantly been rejected, you've been locked out. Like, oh my God, that's Bruno Mars' song, Locked Out of Heaven's just coming into my head. You make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven for so long. Oh my gosh, you guys, you see, you guys are a walking, like I said, if your whole journey has been music in between. Music might be able to help you heal too. Some of you might be like writers and you write music, or you're a really good singer and you can sing music, or you can play music. You have a really strong connection to music, I feel. You guys got this really strong, or music helps you express things, tell stories. I'm getting that vibe. Okay. Right now, you're just being asked to balance your energy, to stay in temperance, to see the light of things and see the dark of things, and finding a balance of the light and the dark, and when your emotions come in, accepting your emotions, and then and saying, I see, I see the hurt, I see the pain, I see that. I don't have to hold on to that, or I need to look at this, help this, I need to journal about this, I need to talk to someone about this. Getting going and working on that wound so you can find balance within your life. There is a reason why I lit my 2 balance candles today, and you guys are the reason why, with that temperance. All right, let's get one more card for you guys. Okay, so yeah, you have felt rejected and left out, but that key is there. So I think the key is to find balance within yourself, to find self-love, self-worth within yourself. Yeah. Oh my gosh. plant, as you slowly plant in this world, and nurture yourself and pour into yourself stuff, look at the energy coming out of that. This Things will start to flow back to you. Like, as you plant into, say you plant into like your education, that's going to flow back to you getting certain jobs in that educational field, and might get higher level jobs. You planting into taking time, say you decide to go on a week long place to do a retreat, like a yoga retreat or something, meditation retreat, and do some self healing. That you've planted that into yourself, so that you can become more wise and see, in opening up your wisdom and your intuition, and seeing those things. That's different ways to plant into yourself. There's multiple ways to plant in yourself. Those two things were just examples. So you can plant in yourself in multiple ways. Getting up every morning and working out, you are planting into giving your body energy, telling your body you are fit and you are healthy. Drinking water, like all the water you need throughout the day, that is hydrating your body, and you are taking care of your physical vessel that is yours. Okay? There's multiple things to do to plant into yourself. So start doing those. Plant seeds that can bloom for you. And then, when you plant things, so say you planted a tree, and that tree blooms, you're not only going to be the only one who will benefit from that tree. Multiple people will benefit from it. Birds will benefit from it. Insects, the dirt, the roots, all of those things also benefit from you planting that seed. So when you say you planted the seed of going to take a mindfulness course, and that mindfulness course helped you become more patient and loving, and so that, and then that patient rubs off on the people you're around. It can rub off on your kids. It can rub off the people you work with, and they're like, oh, and they start to learn how to do it. When you plant seeds, it affects things around you as well. Okay? If you are dumping waste and garbage into it, it starts spreading to around you as well. So what do you want to plant into yourself? Do you want to plant things that are going to grow and that are going to flourish, or do you want to plant gunk? Okay? So stepping into your power, that's where we are. This Aries energy. I love this Emperor. I'm just going to say he's sexy. That's so sexy Emperor right there. Okay, so now, that's so funny. So this could be this Emperor. Oh my gosh. And you could have connection to, this also could be connected to pile 2, because the Emperor did come up in pile 2, and I talked about chest. Go figure. But this Emperor energy, you will step into your power. That is Aries, Mars energy. He's sitting on Mars, taking up that power and taking action. That's that fire. Mars is all about action and doing, and so you're going to start taking action in your life when it comes to your wounds and comes to this journey. You've been an active, when you plant seeds, it helps you be an active participant in your spiritual journey, in your growth, in your life. You are being that, and that's what you need to do. Okay. All right. I'm going to close it out with a 4 agreement card to leave you with. The 4 agreements is to be impeccable with your word. Say what you mean. Don't take things personally. Okay. Do your best. And what's the last one? Don't make assumptions. Ask questions. Okay. So what can pile 3 really? And the 4 agreements is from the Totalic teachings, and so it's a you can get the book. It's really great. I love it. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite books. But the teachings is even amazing. So it's a short book too. No, I don't have any association with it, but I'm just saying, when something's good, I'm going to put it out there for people to use and to grow with. Okay, it says be impeccable with your word. So speaking your truth. I just thought of the goddess Kali when I saw this. Become a white magician. All the magic you possess is based on your word, and you cast spells all the time with your opinions. You can either put a spell on someone with your word, or you can release someone from a spell. Oh, you have. Oh my God, I love that. You know what? That's the first time I ever. That is the first time I ever. That one never came out. So I'm like, yay! I'm impressed with that. I love that. So you can either put a spell on someone with your word, or you can release someone from a spell. So you can either, you can put a spell on someone of love, of light, of kindness, of compassion, of forgiveness, or you can release someone who has been in agony. Maybe you need to communicate communicate something to someone, and that communication will release them from something that some kind of illusion or something that they've been believing. You know, you could help that spell of illusion, that belief that they've been sitting with, to be, taken away. It can help them be released from it. Okay, or maybe someone is going to come forward and do that for you as well. Okay, but it's saying you need to become the white magician. So I think this is you collective in general. And some of you might be someone else coming to be that white magician for you, but I think this is you guys stepping up and being that magician. Like me, I do my white magic right now but I speak love, and I speak truth, and I speak kindness, I speak forgiveness, I speak what comes from the divine, what is going to raise the vibration and lift up humanity. Um, I'm not going to spew negativity and meanness. Okay, so that was the message. This is going to be interesting to make into I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I will do this. This is going to be hard to post as a pick a card, but I will figure it out. And I thank you guys so much for being here. You can like, share, subscribe, comment. I didn't say that to any of the groups. You guys got it. All right. Have a great day. Bye.